Sonic Heroes now!
When you boil down like what our soul is or whatever, we're just electricity, you know? And what is a robot but electricity, you know? So
what is happening?
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I don't know.
Can a robot tell me what the fuck is going on in Sonic Heroes?
Yeah. If there are any programmers in the comments who know more about this shit than I do, feel free to correct me, because A, I'm not a programmer, and—
Oh, don't worry, Aaron. They will.
So I've been reading a lot more about it, and finding methods that, like, you know, people have been studying, and ways to fix those sort of symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. Hold that thought, Aaron. There's an incredibly dumb cutscene. Not to ADD off the ADD conversation. How much do you want to bet there's going to be a comment on this, like, what's your favorite Game Grumps episode, Billy? I like the one where they talk about ADD for a long time.
And robots. Hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump. And we're the Game Grumps.
Hello, welcome.
Hi.
I didn't even—
No, my penal cord isn't out. Sorry,
what?
I don't know. I just wanted to yell that. I'm fully clothed. Everything's fine.
Jeez. Wait, hold on. The controller decided it doesn't want to—
Oh no.
Controller anymore.
And we're back, or we never left, or maybe it was slightly edited. Aaron had some controller issues. Not some control issues, that's another thing that he needs to address. Just control— Just kidding. Just control—
No, I don't,
issues.
Dan, and never say that again.
You shut the fuck up.
This is my show!
Oh my god. You are nothing like that. You're an angel. Okay, so we are here in some sort of palace. I'll be honest, man. I was not paying attention. Oh, I remember this.
Do you? Because I don't.
Yes.
I am so lost.
I remember this from the first playthrough we did. This is where that pumpkin guy is a guide, I think.
Oh,
and
is he?
Yeah, he keeps popping up in different places to show you where to go.
Oh, he was a bit of a troll. Like, I try to get an item, and then he shows up instead, and he's like, "Ha-ha, fooled ya, bitch!" And then—
Yeah, see him there? Oh, or that guy's the—
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, where'd he go?
That guy's the guide, yeah.
Oh, boy. Silly stuff.
Oh god! I can see forever!
What's going on with this camera here now? Alright. I didn't want to see only Big the Cat on the screen. Alright, we're good now. Dan, how was your sandwich?
It was amazingly delicious.
Yeah?
Or I was incredibly hungry.
Isn't that so true?
Yeah. Yeah. I keep ordering from the same 5 Postmates places. So, like, I wonder when the Backstreet Boys reunion tour is over, if I will be able to eat anything else. If my body will just immediately reject what is this, broccoli?
Stop! I can't process! Yeah, I remember I went on a very extreme diet when I was very, very young. Not like a child, like a teenager. And, and I lost a bunch of weight, and then, like, on the first day, when I could eat food that wasn't super restricted, I was still like, well, I should eat, like, kind of, you know, not, like, go ham and get fucking, like, biscuits and gravy or something.
Sure.
I should get, like, a salad, but, like a steak salad or something, you know, like, ooh, the best of both worlds. And I remember eating that steak salad, and this restaurant is not good. And I remember eating that steak salad, and I was just like, this is the greatest food I've ever had in my life. I will never eat food as delicious as this ever again. It was so good. And then I went back, like a month later and got that same thing, because I was like, that was the best food I've ever eaten. And I was like, this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. It's a little bit like when you're on a plane that's very turbulent, and you finally land and you get off the plane and you're just like, God, I want to kiss the ground. And then And then, like, later you're at that same dirty airport and you're like, why was I so happy to be here?
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Yeah. I'm not kissing the ground in Newark.
Yeah. I'm not kissing the ground where I can get a Cinnabon right next to the bathroom.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they're I wonder how many bathroom Cinnabons are consumed every year at airports. Not this past year, obviously, but in a control group setting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems I mean, that's definitely stall eating, right? Like, you're not... Like, you're hiding it. Like, you put it in your backpack and then...
Yeah, you're not at the urinal, like, stand-alone eating a Cinnabon.
That would be fucking awesome.
Whether you're eating whether you started eating the Cinnabon sitting down or standing, you will be sitting down by the end of it. That shit'll stop you in your tracks. Your whole day comes to a screeching halt.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can get just the centers, dude. That's the best part.
Oh my god.
You know, in this world where we're so concerned about being wasteful, you can get a Cinnabon where it's literally just one tiny part of the Cinnabon, and then the other parts are, disposed of, I guess? I don't know.
No, I'm sure the other parts just go into making another Cinnabon. We're like Native Americans, man, using every part of the buffalo. First Nation, baby.
There's no way, dude. Because they don't sell a Cinnabon that's like just the crusty edges that no one likes.
Boy, I don't know. I'd have to see exactly what you're talking about.
Just the dry, hard, rock-hard ceramic edge of a Cinnabon.
The ceramic edge.
It's like eating an overkilned clay pot. Awesome. Like, nobody's buying that.
I really like that idea. Just like a meal completely comprised of just the shit that everyone hates, like the part of every meal that everyone hates. I can't think of a good example right now, but like the part you throw away.
Yeah, like the crust of a sandwich.
Yeah, the broccoli
the peel
stalk.
of a banana.
The peel of a banana.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure there's nutrients in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's gotta be. If this was a smoothie, we would have thrown the whole thing in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess. Oh, look at that. Wow, I don't remember this. Somewhat disturbing, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely not this one. Somewhat disturbing.
He's like, now cha.
Now here's the other cha.
Yeah, what about this cha?
Then I fly up the cha.
I don't like skulls when they're missing the lower jaw. It creeps me out.
Oh, when they're just like overbite?
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
Somebody stole
Come to
it.
think of it, I don't like human skulls when with the jaw either. Like they're just, human skulls are creepy.
I think skeletons are hilarious.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, I think they're fucking hysterical because they always look the same. And like the more cartoon, like they're already cartoony, and then when you make them more cartoony, they're even more hilarious. Like, I just think they're hysterical. If a skeleton, like, walked towards me when I was sleeping, I would probably laugh out loud.
I think that's a very optimistic way of looking at things.
Yeah, well, because they'd be, like, making
if
that
a
chattering
skeleton
noise.
walked, that's like, well, my worst nightmare. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's hilarious. And they'd be all like, "Nay, my skeleton!" You know, it's like, oh, look at this guy. He'd be like, "Shut up!
Mustache monkey. Oh, she called Eggman Mustache Monkey. I was like,
no.
That's... Why does Amy's skirt have to billow up in the wind? Like, for God's sake, Sonic artists.
It's like a cape. It's dramatic.
It's not like a cape. A cape
Superman
covers everything.
Only the back, okay? It's like a reverse apron.
Yeah, it's true. If you swing that cape around, it's just a super smock.
Yeah, a caperin. A super smock.
Yeah. Now I'm ready for crafts.
Oops, it keeps billowing. I wish I had a tie.
Let's do this for Count Chocula?
Yeah, her missing Chow.
Oh, that's right.
God.
That's right. Well, let's do this for Chocula.
Yeah, she's got two. She's got cheese, and then she's got Chocula, Count Chocula.
Yeah. Chocolate and cheese, man. Classic Ween album.
Love that album.
It's well, it always made an impression on me when I was a kid because it was the cover that kept getting banned from stores.
Oh, really?
Yes, it prominently featured underboob.
Oh, interesting. And where can I find a picture of this album?
Geez, I wonder if there's a bank of every image ever created in our pockets at all times.
Okay, but where?
But where dough? If you just type in Ween chocolate and cheese, you'll see it. God, that must be someone's grandma now. Boy, that's weird. It's weird to think about.
Listen, I don't want to think about that kind of stuff. Just show me the image of the underboob. Can I be any more clear?
Oh my God, what, do you want me to hold it up to the Discord?
Would you do that,
I'll do it. I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
You're so good. You're such a good friend.
God, I haven't seen this album cover in 25 years.
Dude, share! What the hell? You already have it up?
No, I'm just thinking to myself as I bring it up. Let's see here.
Jeez Louise.
Yep, that's just as underboobish as I recalled.
Okay, and
please.
I'm only seeing your stupid face on the webcam. Oh, that's a lot of underboob.
All right, take it easy now.
Oh, that's almost so much underboob that it's just boob.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's a point where too much underboob becomes not underboob at all.
Yeah, I guess it just encompasses the full boobulage.
Think about that.
The boobulosity. Mm-hmm. But there was also a time before the internet where boobage was not so prevalent and acquirable.
Yeah, when you'd like look around your house for like a home goods magazine, you'd be like, "That's good enough." And some girl in a turtleneck, and you're like, "I'll make it work."
I'll make it work. Jeez. Gee whiz. Yeah, it's interesting to think of how different a time that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you would see something like that in a record store and just be like, "Oh my God." And you just kind of, especially when you're that age, like 13 or 14, you know, super young and like unexposed to, you know, that part of life, and you just kind of mill around the W section.
Thinking about that. Yeah, because that's like, you know, because that's a tactic that's time honored, right? But I think about now, and it's like, oh, there was a big thing in like YouTube thumbnails, like, I don't know, 6 years ago, where it was like, oh, you just put like boobs and you get clicks.
Oh, sure, like, yeah.
It's like, that's the same strategy, but like it's just like YouTube, it's like nobody's watching you watch YouTube. You're just alone on your phone or your laptop or whatever, and you're like, ooh, boob, click. But like back then, you had to bring it up to a cashier and like stare them in the face, and they'd be like, you know, $9.85, and you're like, I just like Ween.
Yeah, you're in the W section, and the person working there comes around. Can I help you find something? And you panic. You're like, Wonder Bread, like anything with a W.
Oh yeah, there it is. Like, okay, can I ring it up for you? No, I'd like to think about it more.
Yeah. Do you have a station where I could go listen to it privately? Man, that is what we used to do, though. Like, there was, and not specifically related to album covers or anything, but There's a place called CD World in New Jersey, and we would play hooky from school. And CD World, unlike Sam Goody or the bigger chains, they would let you open up a CD and listen to it and decide if you wanted to buy it or not.
Yeah, I remember stuff like that.
It was so cool.
Had that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was unheard of as far as we knew at the time. But yeah, we would just kind of cut school and go there and just like listen to CDs for hours and then maybe buy one. And the guy would be like, yeah, they sort of got sick of us, but they also like didn't want to chase us away because we were definitely, like, we made the store look more popular than it was because we were always in there.
That's true. Yes, I always think about that where it's like, wow, it looks like there's like 50 people in here.
yeah. God, those were really fun days. I really like that.
Yeah, man, I love doing that stuff. There was when I worked at Disney, at the Disney parks, there was in downtown Disney there was a giant Virgin Megastore. And
wow, a Virgin Megastore.
I know, right? It was the same deal. You could just listen to every record, and it was awesome. Like, I would just go in there and just listen to records because, you know, we worked at Disney. We didn't make any money. Like,
right. And it's amazing because now, I mean, obviously you just pay $10 to Spotify and you have almost every record in existence, you know?
Yeah.
But at the time, there was really no way to hear music that you wanted to hear other than to just, if you liked one song, you would buy the album and just take a chance on it. And albums could be as much as like $18-19 in certain cases.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super frustrating to buy an album and then find you only like the one song that you knew from the radio, you know?
Yeah. Which was every album ever.
Yeah, that would happen all the time. But Spotify really has changed that, which is good and bad. Mostly good, but it feels like some of the ritual of putting on music is gone. Like we were talking about with vinyl and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that wholeheartedly because it's, you know, we can look back on that. It was objectively worse to have to do that and like go to a store and like put on headphones that everyone puts on. They're all crusty and
yeah.
But like, yeah, I remember those albums. I have a unique experience from doing that, and I will always remember that fondly because of it. You know,
for sure,
it wasn't necessarily always the music that appealed to me. It was like that sort of experience of it. So yeah, I think people are trying to recreate that often with things because it's becoming more and more like people are understanding like, yeah, that is a thing.
You would develop a very close relationship with certain albums, you know, because you just spend so much time listening to them over and over and like staring at the album artwork and things like that because, you know, I'm sure a lot of this sounds like old man get off my lawn stuff, you know, to someone who's maybe 13 or 14, but it was really nice in a way to have a physical CD or album and just like listen to it all the way through, and you know you'd read all the liner notes and stare at the pictures, and because it was rare, like music was a more rare commodity. And a lot of times I find now when I'm driving, like, man, what do I want to listen to? Because there's way too many choices. Like it's paralysis from too many options. Whereas when I was a kid and I only had 5 albums to my name, I was like, well, do I listen to Nirvana or Living Colour, you know? And I still listen to those albums and I'm like, God, I freaking love these because... And yet also, in a sense, I never have to listen to them again because I can just close my eyes and imagine every freaking note.
Yeah. I've been trying to recreate that experience my whole life because it's so important to me. Like it is more than just the music. It is the ritual of it. Like even before, because I recently just started, I got a record player and I started getting some vinyl. But before that, I collected CDs.
Yeah.
You know, CDs nuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Tapes and CDs.
So I
Why don't
just
you
got
tape my dick to your forehead and see these nuts?
So I have this like CD collection and the CD player that's hooked up to you know, the speakers that I have, and it was great. Like, it was just like, I'll put on this album, and you know, you only have, you know, I only have like 15 CDs, and I just put them on and you listen to it, and it's great. Yeah, the whole like, hey, Amazon, put on a Fleetwood Mac, play all the hits first. You know, like it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something less intimate about it.
For sure. And it's the reason why, you know, with Ninja Sex Party and Starbomb and this new project I'm working on, like, we always make CDs, you know? It's not because we think that music format is coming back, you know? It's just that it was so important to us to have, like, that physical connection to the music, and clearly there are some fans out there that feel the same way, you know? That, like, even I can't imagine that everyone who buys one of our CDs listens to it, you know? I bet a lot of them just buy it and put it on their shelf and then listen to the music on Spotify, but that's fucking fine too, you know? Just like something about having it and just being like, here's my connection to this band, here's my growing collection of the stuff that they've created. You know, it meant a lot to me growing up, so it's exciting that it means something to people still, you know, even if the number of people that it means something to is not as high.
Well, I think there's also something to be said for just like a physical something, you know. As much as I'm getting more and more to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with everything being digital. I don't want to create more waste.
Right, I have enough stuff.
Yeah. At the same time, you know, the stuff that I do have, like, I sort of cherish. I'm like, I can hold this and look at it and sort of enjoy the tangibility of it in its own right, you know? I don't even have to listen to an album to, like, hold it and feel like, oh, here it is, you know? It's all right here, and wow.
No question.
There is something very... And maybe that's, like, how I came up in the world that we came up in, but, you know, it's very real, at least for me.
Yeah. It's just funny, too, because I remember so clearly, maybe I've said this on GameGrumps before, I was maybe 10 or 11 when CDs started really becoming the mainstream. Before that, it was cassette tapes. And before that, it was vinyl, but by the time I was a kid, vinyl felt kind of ancient, you know? Later it made a comeback, obviously, but cassettes were where it was at, and then CDs came out, and CDs had this real feeling of like, wow, CDs, you know, like, there was this rainbow reflection from the light when you held them, and inside, like, one thing about cassette tapes is that they would wear out no matter what you did with them. Like, eventually they would wear out, and if you left them on the dashboard of your car, the heat would warp them and make the tape sound strange. So there was this, like, lifespan that a cassette tape had. Whereas with the CDs, they printed on all those early CDs, they printed on the inside. If you take care of your CDs, like, in this manner, and store them in a cool, dry environment, all that, it will provide a lifetime of listening experience, you know? It's like, wow, like an indestructible forever music thing. And of course now it feels kind of quaint, because, like, what could be more forever than, like, just the music floating digitally in space, you know?
Well, that's also, I mean, there's an argument to be made for the physicality of things, because, you know, with buying an album, even still,
right?
Okay, Sorry, I was like pushing down a burp, and then I was just like, I just gotta let it happen.
That's fine.
When you buy a CD, you're buying a license to listen to the song, which can be revoked at any time, but they can't really do that because it's like a physical thing that you own, and like, what are they gonna do, arrest you for playing it in your CD player?
Right.
But when it's digital, and it's all like floating in some service in a cloud somewhere, and you're streaming it, like, they can revoke that access.
Sure.
That is a thing that is possible, which is a little scary, which I think is why a lot of people sort of advocate for the physicality of certain things.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never really thought of it like that.
So I mean, it with every form of media, with movies, even art. There's a new thing that just came out recently. Crypto art. It's pretty fucking wild.
This is.
So, like, if you're a painter and you paint exclusively digitally, like, the concept of an original doesn't really exist, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
But there's a way that you can tie the quote-unquote original from the artist to a sequence on a blockchain, like how Bitcoin works, where it's authenticatable and it's, you can't forge it, and it's within the picture that links to the blockchain. So you can technically own an original of a digital art now because of crypto technology, which is pretty
freaking
cool.
Wild. Yeah, it's totally cool.
I haven't ever bought a piece of art, a crypto piece of art, because I'm sort of like that concept is so dope, but like that's just something that doesn't appeal to me right now. But like maybe someday it will. Maybe, things will go down a certain path so far where it's like maybe I do want to like say, hey, this is the original and I own it, and like the artist fucking stamped it,
Who knows? Who knows? Because to me, like with art, the excitement of owning an original is the canvas. Like wow, they put their brush to that canvas, and that was it. Like that's the paint that they dipped the brush in. That sort of thing. Whereas the original would, in that scenario, sort of be on their laptop, or whatever they drew it on. So I don't know if it would feel like an original to me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. I never really thought about it before. I didn't know it existed until like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, me neither. And also, like, I didn't really look that far into it. So like maybe you do get like the sort of like original PSD or whatever with all the layers and stuff. I don't know if that's true or not, but I could see that being a sort of solution to what you're saying.
Man, the world is freaking wild. Like, my grandma is about to turn 94, Granny Sexbang, in March, and God, dude, like we talk every week, and the stories she tells me about life growing up in the 1930s, I'm like, oh my God, it's almost a different planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what it would be like to, because it's, I think about, like, I was alive for, like, I want to say, like, 15 to 20 good years of smartphone-less world, and yet now I can't imagine a world without a smartphone.
Yeah. Well, it's tough because once everyone else gets on something, then regardless of whether you want to embrace the technology or not, everyone else is on it. So you're behind, so to speak, or you're being held to the standards of that technology existing. You know what I mean? Like, it used to be if you're, if someone was on the other side of the world, and like you couldn't call them because calling was so expensive back then, you'd write letters, and if you don't write a letter, that person's just not in your life anymore. but now they can text you and your response will be judged on how quickly you get back to them, you know? Whereas, like, when I was growing up, you could take months and it would be like, oh yeah, no problem. But like now, if it's 2 days, it's like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It's almost like the sort of scarcity of it made it a lot more accessible in a way. So I think about like calling a friend now, and it's like, I don't know, they could be busy or whatever, but like, I call people all the time when it was just a landline. Because I sort of like knew when was a good time, because like they'd be at home, and you know, if they were busy or whatever, I understood, because it's like kind of inconvenient to like get a call when you're doing something, and so it's just like, I just want to chat with my friend, and if, you know, he's busy, he's busy. Like, it was easier to be like, oh no, he's not, he's doing a thing right now. Like, okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, just let him know I called, I guess. And
just the idea of every time you call someone, you know it's going to be them that you're reaching is a totally foreign concept compared to when we were kids, where like you would just call a house and like your friend's mom would pick up probably, and you'd have to be like, is Joe home? You know, like, and then they would say, well, no, Joe, or it's just so interesting that like, just the concept that you used to call a number and not know who you were about to speak to. Like, that's all gone pretty much.
Yeah, and it was easier to cover certain circumstances with a white lie. Oh no, he's not here right now. He's like right there. But but meanwhile now it's like, you know, oh, I can't come to the phone right now. Meanwhile he's like tweeting.
Yeah.
You motherfucker, I saw you tweet like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, now you just have to like answer and be fully honest. Like, listen, man, I hate you. And I just don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood. That's why, we need to be stronger as a collective society. Just being like, I don't want to talk. I just don't want to right now.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Doing something else.
Actually, wait, I'm not even sorry. Why should I be sorry? Do you want to talk to everyone just because they want to talk to you all the time?
Well, like, be stronger on both sides too. Like, strong enough to hold your ground, and then strong enough to like take it. You know?
Yeah, just not take it personally. Like, just be like, okay, sure.
I understand.
Actually,
you don't want to talk to me. Fucking, I don't even want to talk to you right now. So fuck you.
Dude, honestly, part of what I love about you, man, and like we've been friends for more than a decade now. Like, we've had plenty of those moments where like I'll reach out and you'll be like, dude, I'm just not feeling it today. Can we talk another time? And I'm like, yup, thanks for saying it. As opposed to talking to me and then I'm like, is everything cool? Because you seem super pissed. Like, it's just so much better.
Yeah, I mean, what?
By the way, let me just say, we're already at the take this level.
Yes.
We're already there. Holy shit.
I have the volume down too, so, oh well. So I'm not really hearing the take of the S as much as...
It's okay. Why don't you take this?
Is he saying it though? I don't even know if he's saying it.
I don't know. I have my headphones on. I'm concentrating on the weirdly deep conversations that we've been having during freaking Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we've played through these levels already.
And so it's a bit of a breeze.
Like, a bit of a breeze, and like we've already sort of commented on everything environmentally there is to talk about, you know?
Yeah. There he goes. Take this.
Yeah.
Yeah, suck my dick, dude. Hey, how come this isn't as effective? How come this? How come this isn't doing as much damage as it was last time? What the hell?
Must be a Sonic Tails Knuckles thing.
Remember, I was using Tails and I was just like destroying him, and now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have noticed that there have been certain things that were easier this time around. I guess each team has its own jams.
Take this.
Oh my god!
Oh, take this. Alright. Oh, is he leaving now? Okay, cool.
Well, it's time for next time on Game Grumps.
Is it? Oh,
do you wanna, yeah.
Really?
Do you want to pause at this very intense moment?
I guess so.
Hell yeah.
Take this.
Take this?
Take this.
Next time I'm passing out food, like hors d'oeuvres at a cocktail party, I'm just going to yell, take this, take this.
But I don't want take this. I'm allergic to take this.
Yes, I was like, can you do the laugh? Awesome. Catch you later, everybody.
What am I, a doctor?
I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Please, no more.
I'm going to throw it up. Here it comes.